Are South African soldiers in the DRC pawning their weapons in Guns for Busfair initiative?
Have smartwatches been found to emit dangerous levels of radiation?
Should you avoid biopsies because they can cause cancer to spread?
And will this message claiming US President Donald Trump has been arrested attack your bank account?
Welcome to this episode of What's Crap on WhatsApp, the voice note show that investigates the crap shared in your WhatsApp groups. I'm Andisua May from podcasting company Volume.
And I'm Taryn Corey from Africa Check, the continent's leading fact-checking organization.
Let's get to it. So first up for today is what appears to be a news article about the country's Minister of Defense, Angie Motshekga, announcing a very unusual program.
Yes, one paragraph reads, Defense Minister Angie Motshekga has proposed that stranded South African National Defense Force troops in the Democratic Republic of Congo, or DRC, simply pawn their weapons to fund a trip home.
In 2023, the Southern African Development Community, or SADC, deployed troops to support the DRC army in fighting the M23 rebel group, including South African soldiers and troops from Tanzania and Malawi.
Recently, in early 2025, 14 South African troops were killed in clashes with M23, leading to political tensions between South Africa and Rwanda. It also led to criticism within South Africa over the soldiers' deaths and the difficulty in repatriating their bodies. In March, SADC said it would begin withdrawing troops from the DRC.
But is South Africa really relying on a Guns for Busfair initiative?
Of course not. While formatted like a news article, the claim was originally posted to Facebook by a clearly labeled satire page. Its profile picture and page header image also say satire, clearly stating that it is South African news satire.
This makes it easy to identify that the page is not sharing genuine news. But other accounts have since republished the original post without any disclaimers or indications that it is satirical. It was also shared to us without context on WhatsApp.
Exactly. This is a good example of two common ways that false information spreads. Sometimes information that is not intended to be deceptive, like clearly labeled satire, can become misinformation when it's shared without that original context. But this also shows how false information can take advantage of strong emotions or the existing biases someone might have.
The claim is crap. As usual, if a story seems too shocking to be true, it probably isn't. Check whether reliable sources confirm the news before passing it on.
According to our next claim, social media users should stop wearing smartwatches. A man in a circulating video says, I've warned you about electromagnetic frequencies, radio frequencies this close to your body.
I see that the man is Daniel Pompa, a chiropractor who goes by the name Dr. Pompa online. Pompa has warned many times that electromagnetic radiation emitted by wireless devices is dangerous.
But these claims are false. Pompa's evidence, when he provides any, is nonsense. And this is just another variation of a common myth that Africa Check has repeatedly debunked. So let's get to the facts.
Pompa is not a medical doctor, an early indication that he is an unreliable source of medical advice. His website says he has a diction of chiropractic degree from Life University. What's a diction degree?
Well, Life University offers a Doctor of Chiropractic degree, but this also does not make him a trustworthy source. Chiropractors fall into this gray area between legitimate healthcare and pseudoscience. Scientific evidence supports it treating back pain, but not much else.
Okay, well, we know you should always be skeptical of medical advice from someone claiming to be a doctor who doesn't actually have medical expertise. But let's get to the claim. It's about electromagnetic or EM radiation, which is basically just light. Specific colors of light correspond to specific frequencies of EM radiation.
Together, these frequencies make up what is called the electromagnetic spectrum, or the light spectrum. Radio frequency, or RF, radiation has a very low frequency and carries very little energy. It is used by wireless communication technologies like cell phones or Wi-Fi.
And these technologies are not harmful to humans. Lower energy radiation called non-ionizing radiation, including RF radiation, does not cause damage. Studies of the potential effects on human health have shown no evidence to support the claims.
Aside from the fact that these devices generate very weak electromagnetic fields, cell phones and smartwatches are only a few of the sources of EM radiation, which a person may encounter every day. Pompous claims are based on misrepresentations of what EM radiation is. It's crap.
So, Taryn, the background for this next claim is someone saying in a video that cancer is not trying to kill you. Cancer is trying to save your life.
Wait, what?
The man says that a tumor is your body collecting toxins and housing them so they don't spread. He claims that when a small part of a tumor is extracted from a patient to test for cancer, called a biopsy, this spreads the cancer and other harmful toxins to the rest of the body. The man implies that this is done for profit.
Okay, this is dangerous false information. But let's start with the facts. When abnormal cells grow uncontrollably, they form a solid mass called a tumor. Some tumors are cancerous and some are not. If the tumor is cancerous or malignant, it can invade and destroy normal body tissue and spread to other body parts.
Different types of cancer are usually named after the type of cell where the cancer starts. Cancers are widely known to be serious and potentially fatal, with the risk usually increasing the longer they are left untreated.
To find out whether a tumor is cancerous and to make a precise diagnosis of the type of cancer, doctors often need to perform a biopsy, removing a small sample of cells from the tumor so they can be examined. A specialist will then analyze the sample.
One type of biopsy is a needle biopsy. This method uses specialized needles to collect the sample. If cancer spreads to the surrounding areas due to the needle biopsy, this is called seeding, which does sometimes happen.
In theory, this could then lead to the tumor coming back after being removed, or the tumor spreading to other areas. But experts say this happens very rarely, especially since newer technologies have been introduced.
So the research and the experts say that biopsies don't pose much of a risk to the spreading of cancer cells or to complications later. But it's very clear that cancer-related deaths can be reduced through the early detection of tumors, and biopsies form a really important part of this.
Right, so the claim is crap. Always verify medical information and consult a healthcare provider about what's best for you. Last on our list is a graphic sent to us by several of our subscribers, claiming that a text message doing the rounds will attack your bank account if you open it.
The message says, if you get a text that Trump was arrested, don't open the message or the link to view, because it will attack your bank account. Tell all your friends.
After being inaugurated in January 2025, Donald Trump became the second US president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. Trump's decisions to, among others, cut US aid globally and impose tariffs have caused a global outcry.
I see why claims that Trump getting arrested would cause intrigue, but is the claim true?
Nope. Scammers can't directly hack your bank account if you just open a text message. But this doesn't mean you should engage with unknown texts.
Exactly. Opening suspicious texts from unknown or untrusted contacts can lead to scammers sending links containing malware, which is malicious software that can harm your device or steal sensitive information.
For scammers to access your bank account, you would need to click on these malicious links, and then maybe you could be tricked into entering your information on a fake bank webpage or handing over your personal information.
As we've said before, scammers often use breaking news headlines, whether real or fake, to lure in social media users. They then use sensationalized messaging to get readers to share the content for wider reach. There is no evidence that Trump has been arrested, which would make global headlines.
The claim is crap. Nevertheless, it is still important not to open suspicious links or hand over personal information to unknown or untrustworthy profiles or contacts. That's all the time we have for today. Now you know what's crap and what's not.
Your friends and family can sign up for our show over WhatsApp. The number is 082-709-3527. Make sure to save us as a contact in your phone and send us a message.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts, from Apple to Spotify. If you listen there, you'll find show notes and a link to the fact checks.
Remember that you can send us a WhatsApp message, a picture, video, link, or voice note that you need fact-checked. Just forward them to us on WhatsApp. Our theme song is composed by John Bartman. I'm Andisuwe May.
And I'm Taryn Curry. Bye for now.
Volume.